This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25. Hey everybody, Leaf 111, and I'm Terry Crews. This is the Stanley Cup playoffs of NHL 25 on EA Sports. And now, we've come to Game 5. There are only 3 games and 6 teams remaining. Wilds, Golden Knights, Panthers, Lightning, Oilers, and the Los Angeles Kings. These 3 games will be happening here for later on. Well, this time, we start the Western Conference Game 5 of the Wilds against the Golden Knights. Now, this is it. Both teams are tied for 2. But the next one will win. We'll play against the winning team between the Oilers and the Kings. That'll be later tonight, coming in at 9:30 p.m. And it'll be 6:30 in the Pacific on the other side. So, without further ado, this is where it comes down to this. My next broadcast partner I have is So Troop, and he's also along with the other commentators as well. And this time, I welcome in his Cool Beast along with the others with James Zerbulski. And the third and his center ice, I have it all worn down, is Tyler Beast. We'll see you all later, everybody, for a post-game show right after this. Are you ready for Game 5? Then it's time to get things started. Wilds, Golden Knights, next on EA Sports. It's the final game here in Las Vegas. Round 1 of Game 5. I'm So True, but I'm here with broadcast partner with Cool Beast, and the other side of it, that the grass for now is getting ready to prepare things up because it's go time. Here we are, fellas. This is the final game here in Vegas as we're ready to get this thing started and off to go. Starting goaltenders is in between of Aiden Hill and Philip Gustafson. Start for the Golden Knights, we got Jack Eichel. He's right toward in the lane. Fires someone around the net. The rebound puts in for Olofsson. He'll start it across now, find Hagee with him to Petrangelo. Hagee looks over now to Olofsson. Olofsson looks at Petrangelo. And that one will dish it out of his own, and this will rebound in. Now the rebound by Olofsson. Olofsson will take the pass over to Barbashev. Cuts it in from the pebble. And now it's rebounded by Middleton. The Wilds are really cutting off inside. Slides it free. And on the 6 to save here by Aiden Hill. He'll send it over to Olofsson. Right toward wing. Gets a bar, stop by Nicholas Hagee. And that pass will send it out of his own. And Aiden Hill will come in here in. And this will fire that one around net. That one's too hard and too reach under the center too soon, and rebound by Brock Faber. And the Wilds will have it. Hill with the save, and he'll hold it in with only 18:44 remaining in the first. Along with me and my broadcast partner with Cool Beast, I also have it across here with, in the center ice, Tyler Beast. And of course, all in no score, giving a warm welcome appreciation to get in right toward Iowa, and we'll see what goes in for anything. No score to get. Now Brett Howden's right toward outside. He will send it over to Peter. Peter shot saved up by Gustafson. Stop the play at 18:27. Now both teams are ready to take the puck drop. They'll score a game between Vegas and Minnesota. Will win, and this will put it in for Middleton. He's right toward the wing on the other side. In the zone, bumps right near the bench. Middleton sets a Harvey, and Johansson shots in, it's stacked off by Hill, and we got it now. McNabb's doing really well, but trying to see how he was getting handled at this point. It didn't seem to me like he was doing really well. Kind of a hard key out there, So True. Now Hurdle sits the Hennepin. Hennepin loses one, and the rebound puts in by Minnesota. Hartman swings and misses and rebounds up by Minnesota. Rebounded up by Lavoie. And there'll be offside regroup here for Minnesota of only 17:48. The last time we saw this was season 4 of the regulation game. But now they redo this thing again, they meet again once more. It might be it, or where they turn it for it, or win, or give it all. Well, giving it all seemed to be like it was only today that I noticed about how Vegas team were very up proud. They were really considerate to play for victory. But I hope that this might be a better game than ever. Here's Whitecloud shot saved by Gustafson. 17:29 remaining in the first period. Now both officials are getting ready to drop the puck. No score in the game with only 17:29. Now the win here for Minnesota. Here's Bodine. Bodine lost that one here. Spolzar will have it back. Rantori behind the net in the cage. And this one will rebound again by Hannafin. Whitecloud's outside and he'll now send it over to Hannafin. They'll give the look over to Rural. Rural sets it over to Whitecloud. Now find Hannafin. Hannafin on the pass is back to Peterson. Peterson looks to Whitecloud, and Rural on the backhander. This one is blocked out. Bolzer with the rebound. This will get back to Rural, and rebounded by Jared Spurgeon. Jared Spurgeon's right into the Knights' territory. And this one will get back to Zach Whitecloud in the wing. He'll give a good pass over to Pearson. Pearson lost that one in his control, and it's rebounded up by Minnesota. Jordan Sporty lost that one here, and it goes back to Whitecloud again to Stone, and a rebound by Saad. Saad with the early range. Give to Howard. Howard, backhander, block save by Gustafson. 16:45 remaining in the first period. They'll get another puck drop ready. A lot of time left in this period. They're still ready to get another face-off ready. Where Howard wins the face-off, and it's now Petrangelo. He will send over to Hayhew again to Howard. Howard on the backhander, stopped made by Gustafson. Now as they're ready to take their next puck drop, 16:28 to go in the first period, no score to game. Now to win, here's Spurgeon. Spurgeon races right toward the middle. Pass to Boldy. Boldy pass, gives a chance to Rosie. Rosie shots blocked by Saad. And it goes right over to Petrangelo. With Petrangelo goes, send it over now to Stone. Stone fires that one around the net. And a rebound by Spurgeon. Here's the takeover. They knocked down on center ice, and it's rebound by Gigu. And here's Stone. Set to Howard. Howard trying to regroup it here. Now finding Petrangelo. And this one will give it out. Rebound by Gigu. Now it's rebound by Rosie. Here's Saad. Gigu, backhander, saved by Gustafson. Only 15:43 remaining in the first period. Sometimes I gotta say that Phil Gustafson has been really giving this a use of his set skills. This is definitely what they all expected now for some great playable actions. This is why I've been really been seeing things. Lots of time and reaction is very done to be there. Yeah, I totally agree out there, Cool Basin, mate. Might be just only the way. They might be playing it for real. I've seen so many others. Here's McNabb's shot saved up here by Phil Gustafson. And rebounded by Olofsson. Fires again. That one is saved by Gustafson. And it stopped the play with only 15:21 remaining in the first. Now both teams set. They get a next puck drop here in the Minnesota territory. And the win puts in for Matthew Boldy. Brock favors right toward in the opposite zone. Coming into the Vegas Golden Knights zone. Here's a shot. Chance for Erickson X. Shots blocked by McNabb and rebounded by Eichel. Eichel seems to be doing so much of it in competitions, really not always an easy change. They really have to be playing out afterward, but they don't have to try to do everything, but they need to do it all over again. They seem to they just need to get some time and desperation needed. Jack Eichel looks over to Barbashev, he looks over to Eichel. And right to the middle is broken up by Middleton. Here's Erickson Eck, a pass over to Ryan Hartman. Pass went over. That denies it up by the goaltender and rebounded up by the Golden Knights. He'll send the pass to Barbashev. Barbashev looks over to Eichel. Eichel's back in toward the wing. He'll fire it around net. Rebound by Olofsson. And that one pokes it up. Into a corner. Now finding McNabb again over to Petrangelo. right to his own. That one sticks it out. Olofsson fires it. Saved by Gustafsson. And it's now full city everyway. Now to Minnesota. Back to Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo looks over to Eichel. And McNabb will send it over to rebound it. McNabb rolls it over to Barbashev. Barbashev looks over to Eichel. Now gives over Pietrangelo. And here's McNabb. McNabb shoots. Safe play. This one's blocked up. And rebound by Eriksson. It's back to Barbashev. Back to Barbashev. One time McNabb shots wide. And that's rebound by Olofsson. They need some time off to play. They've just been taking too many shots afterwards. They have to find somebody else to try to give that one a better stand. Nobody sets it up perfectly. They just need to get this thing moving. Now a rebound by Ogren. And it's rebounded by Johansson. Here comes Johansson. Move around with the shot. Save play here by Aiden Hill. And Johansson stick lifted. That shot's blocked. Rebound by Johansson. That shot's over to Gooder. Shot saved by Aiden Hill. Rebound by the Golden Knights. Jared Spurgeon now finds it over to Chisholm. Poked it in. Save play. And he scores. William Ogren. That will be his first goal of the game. And it's now going to be his next goal. His fourth of the playoffs. Well, seeing what happens with Aiden Hill, he was not really seeming like he was going to get right into this. That one just went too soon, and what Aiden Hill could have possibly done was, it was not going to be easy enough to get that pat on his shoulder. That one is out of reach, and he cannot get that one back up. So it's the first part of the game of the goal for Liam Ogren. You're looking like they wanted to go back into the playoffs for the second round, but I'm not sure what's going to change. This might need to be done afterwards, is so true. Indeed so. Hopefully they'll get it done. Now Dorfiev, he will fire that one around the net. He'll give it over to Lavoie. Lavoie's right behind the back, and he will have fire to get it Brandon Hagee. And here's Pietrangelo. Gives it over to Hagee. Hagee shoots it, saved by Gustafsson. We'll stop here with only 12:36 remaining in the first. All right, let's have a quick look here to Matthew Baldy as I have Tyler B standing by. Thanks, guys. Talking in from Matthew Baldy, he was really like a better superstar energetic ability, but sometimes with Frederick Gudero, he makes it a little change off on its own. The hang off is definitely the harder play to go with him down.
Score for the Minnesota Wild, his first goal of the game, 4 goals in the playoffs, score by number 28.
Sometimes it just takes a matter of fact to just
assisted by number 47, Declan Chisholm, and by number 46, Jared Spurgeon. Some of the goals, 7:02 remaining in the first period. It's Liam Ogren, his first goal of the game, 4th goal in the playoffs, assisted by Declan Chisholm and Jared Spurgeon in the first period at 7:02 in the playoffs.
Now there's Mark Stone, you'll try to get that off. Slips it on a shot saved by Gustafsson. Stop the play with only 11:50 remaining in the first period. A lot of time left in this period. The start puts in for Minnesota Wild a 1-0 lead. Now the win for Rura. And that one will send it out of here. Hill will fire deep. And now he also gives a little chance to Pearson. And now McNabb will send it over. Finding Theodore. Theodore pass, broken up by Brock Faber. Rolls him down right through the wall. Recovered by Boldy. That was like unbelievable moment. They've really never seen what's going to change optimally. I did never know what's going to happen Now Nicholas Brewhouse right toward the wing. Off to send it around net to McNabb. McNabb battles for loose puck. Rebound by Theodore. Theodore looks to Dorfiev. Fires that shot. This one's off of the skater, and it's rebounded by Faber. Poked it out. Theodore takes it over. Now the pass. That one broken's in. Dorfiev with the rebound. Rebounded it. That redirects it off. Now Kushinoff sends it over to Trennan. Trennan gives it off. Fires it. Saved by Bill. And Brandon Hagee will try to give it over and now find a hurdle. Here's the rebound up by Kushinoff. With the shot. That one is missed wide. And it goes right over to Lavoie. Now Dorfiev will have it over, coming in back the other way. Here's Pietrangelo. A fire shot. This one's blocked. Rebound by Dorfiev. And he went knocked down on a shot. Pad saved by Gustafsson. Rebounded by the Wilds. Kucherov now has a deep pass over to Shore. And it's now Petrangelo. He'll send it over to O'Reilly. And they give the pass to Barbashev. Barbashev cutting and bounding. On the backhander, saved by Gustafsson. Pass the midway mark in the first period. They'll get ready for the next puck drop. And now back to Tyler Beast for Jack Eichel. Eichel is one of our big top performers here for the Vegas Golden Knights. The performance of the effort is playing the nicest on his own attack. The motion is simple to put an unstoppable force as he's showing it off. And he's one of the American players that was recently been played for NHL. And one of his better years of the season, he has been keeping it on this year long. He knows when he can definitely try to pull things up, but there's another great chance that he will be sure enough to keep things in. I love to see Jack Eichel on his better performance on an unstoppable force, but let's see what he does for his next part of the game of the playoffs, Game 5. Guys, thank you so much, Sir Tyler. On a shot block, saved by Gill. He'll stop here with only 9:19 in the first period. And if you're all enjoying this for the Stanley Cup Finals, you can watch things now by downloading the NHL app or watch here on YouTube and check out the best performance here from between the Oilers against the Panthers. It's a big hero to see Leon Draisaitl, his first goal in the finals in OT. How do you feel about this one? Well, I didn't seem to care for that one. It can seem like it's great, the best play-by-play motion. I love seeing things. But hopefully, it'll get things more tougher than they have. I'm pretty sure that the Leon Draisaitl's been keeping him for some reasons. They just had it coming back, and nothing really sells it in, and they really chose it up. More oftenly, sometimes we around the play, they've really kept on from coming in for the right time of the moment. Leon Draisaitl's been a hero of the night, but hopefully, he'll get his next eye on the goal, waiting for next finals. Yeah, I seemingly that you saw for Leon Draisaitl. He's really like a better key. He's been keeping it in for so long and ever. Might be next moment here if the Oilers can have it. That Chisholm's right toward behind the net with only 8:30 remaining. Lifts it in, Theodore. That one rolls it in. Here's Chisholm, shot saved by Gill. And Theodore will send it around the back to McNabb. And we'll clear it out of the way. Icing is going to be on to Vegas with 8:13 remaining. Now he's set in for the rebound as they're ready to take things on. Now the win. That shot knocked him down. Rosie goes right through the bang of the wall. And rebound by Colzer. It's back over again. Here's Rosie. On a shot for the redirection. Knocked him down. And only a penalty, so it's going to be an interference on Pearson.
Penalty on Vegas, 2 minutes for interference.
There's no time to waste. If you're doing this the right way, you just cannot play it often, but you're doing it on the roughest kick. That is a bad start for the Vegas Golden Knights. So the Golden Knights will have their first penalty kill. And it will be a forced power play to start for Minnesota. Minnesota's been definitely the only top ranger of the team. They've really been in the wild card for that long.
Penalty on the Golden Knights, number 72 minutes for interference. Double penalty in the first period, 8 minutes in the playoffs. Golden Knights penalty, Tanner Pearson for a 2-minute interference. Time of the penalty in the first period, 8 minutes in the playoffs. That means your Golden Knights are in the penalty kill.
It's simple if they do this. Frederick Gooder is right toward the wing. On that shot, saved by Gill. Now we'll send to Barbashev. He'll clear his own out. Now it's Gustafsson will cover it in. Next one knocks to Jack Eichel with the unstoppable force. Barbashev with the rebound, 19 outside. Barbashev will send it in. And the face shot. He scores! Jack Eichel! He's trying to goal for the team. How did he do that? Watch him on the red. That's a 1-2 distance, and look at this play. That Jack Eichel was getting his first goal, and now what he had that is a biggest take on a deflection. He was sure that Jack Eichel really seen that puck as the first goal, and he's really trying to get that off the two. I like it when he gets his own first playoff goal, and without power play continuously, it's going to make him maintain for Minnesota to try and tie it up. It's what I always see. Jack Eichel, the first goal in the playoffs of Game 5. That is the first one we're looking for. And here's the chance. That one is redirected for Noah Benefin, and it's rebounded by the Golden Knights. That one kicks it over. Out it. Pick that shot. He scores! That is right from the middle. And it's McNabb, another short-handed goal for the Golden Knights. They're up by 1. When you're looking at it over the past play, you gotta get look. One time of reference for McNabb, he really has that first goal in the playoffs. But that one was gently with Brendan McNabb is really giving that one a good use. This is shot in. That's what happens with McNabb. He really has that kind of a first goal. He really has shown it off to be the right target. And that way, that will be McNabb's first goal in the playoffs. So on the lead under 7 minutes, here's a chance now to Whitecloud. And here's Spurgeon. Right toward middle, stops it in. Now Zuccarello will find Matthew Bolden. On a shot redirection. And Feeder knocked him down. Whitecloud will set it out of his own, and that's Howden will have it back. Here's a chance to Howden. Gives a knockoff. That one plus saves up by Gustafsson. 6:18 remaining in the first period. They'll stop it in to get ready for another puck drop. Now the win for Spurgeon. The sprinter Goose right to it in his zone. Back in the Knights territory. Hartman shots missed up. And Agee will set it out.
For the Golden Knights, his first goal in the playoffs, first goal in the game. On a short-handed goal. Score by number 9.
And now do the power play. With 0-2, it makes it 2 short-handed
by
goals
number
for the
15,
Knights as they take up their lead. And they found an
Benefin.
answer to take the lead on.
And
This is
by
a great
number
play when you're
49,
talking through.
Ivan.
First, we had Jack Eichel with the deflection of the goal. And
Top
then
and goal for the
we
Knights,
had the
short-handed
second one.
goal.
Brandon
12:50
McNabb
remaining
has
in the
that goal.
first.
It's
Jack
great when
Eichel,
I
his
really
first
see
goal
things
of the
going
game
in.
on a
And you
short-handed
know
goal,
what?
assisted by
It
Noah
really gets
Benefin
nice.
and Ivan
I
Barbashev
love the sound
in the
of it for
first
the
period
hockey
on a
as a
short-handed
slapper.
goal
They just
at
really have been trying
12:50
to
in the
show
playoffs.
up with that first goal. That's 2 for a short-handed goal. They kept on coming back in here. Got a nice target range. Gustafsson will cover it in with only 5:22 remaining in the first period. Now they're set. 87 over 78 passing effectiveness for Minnesota Whites. Tomas Skirtle with the winning faceoff. He sets the Dorofeev. Now to pass to McNabb. One time Dorofeev shot. This one's blocked it up. Blocker saved me by Gustafsson.
Score!
Minnesota rolling it in right into the zone. And a pass to Shore. Shore
For
shot
the
saved
Golden
by Hill.
Knights, his first in the playoffs.
It's now
Scoring a
Brody
short-handed
shoot.
goal.
Brandon
Number 3. Brandon
stays out.
McNabb.
And rebound by Fiedler.
Assisted by number 21.
Rock. Big save here. Unleashed chaos afterwards in the Golden
And by
Knights.
number
This will
15,
stay out.
Noah
Oh, there's another rage
Benefin.
afterwards. There is no change.
Top of the
That
goal,
was really
short-handed
the hardest
goal.
play.
13-15. Brady
This is
McNabb,
Bob
his
Brennan
first
as
goal
he
of the
lost that
playoffs,
puck here,
first
and
goal
it's
of
the
the
last
game
throw
on a
was sent to
short-handed
Whitecloud.
goal.
He'll
Assisted
give
by
to
Brett
Olsen.
Howden and Noah
Send it
Hannafin
back over to
in the first
Hannafin.
period
Stick
on a
lifted. Now
short-handed
finds
goal
Shore.
at
And
13-15
a
in the
short shot
playoffs.
misses wide. And Shore will have the back over now passes again. Barbashev with the puck steal. Olofsson straight toward in the wing. Settles it in. The pass back to Hannafin. It's back to Whitecloud. Give it around the net. Again to Barbashev. Barbashev with the rolling toward the back. Back to Whitecloud. They keep moving the puck in. They just moves across. There's Eichel. Backhander shot saved by Gustafsson. He'll cover it in with only 3:52 remaining in the first period. Don't forget, folks, as we have our next game approaching, we'll take you with the first look for the Washington Capitals as they will be facing against the Jersey Devils for the second round here at Capital One Arena, where Alex Ovechkin meets Jack Hughes for the first game in District of Columbia. And by the way, the United States is the capital of Washington, D.C. Yeah, have you heard about that? Geographical, this is what they always do. They always mention it before, and that's what I've always seen with some mathematicals. That's Washington, D.C., the basic capital of the United States. It really makes this a great start, and what I noticed about it that time, it makes it a good place for USA. I know what they say, it's the capital of the world in America. It's what I'm noticing, that they chose it often to get a good start. I'm thinking that this might be a first change that we're about to see things on. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that the Capitals and the Devils are going to be a great rematch here. Knocked him down. Rebound by Oakley. Oakley sets a chance over to Middleton. And here's Frederick Guterberg. Lost that one as Colser gives it over to Pietrangelo. A pass. Pulls that one down in the zone. And rebound by Guterberg. Here's Oakley. A pass over to Foligno. Foligno loses it. Brandon Saad takes it over. Breakaway J! Epic save by Gustafsson. Under 2:40 remaining in the first period, he'll have it again to Liam Ogren. And here's Foligno. Knocked him down, rebounded up by the Knights. Vegas back in offense zone. Now in corners, Brett Allen, he'll send it over to Sasson. Hannafin shoots it. Hitting the goalposts. Other side it goes. It's happened with the rebound. That was a close game. I was never seen things unless I know that. That was when he knocked it off the pipe. That is unbelievable. He almost would have had that, but that was close. Big save by Gustafsson. Full pressure coming on for the Golden Knights. White crowd now finds Stone. Stone looks like Hannafin. Hannafin shoots. Up it goes. Rebound up by the Wilds. And now it's Hartman. 90 seconds remaining in the first period. He'll fire it and put a save by Aiden Gill. It's back to Bergman. Big save by Gill. Whitecloud will send it out of the zone to Stone. And over now. The pass over to Howden is broken up by Spurgeon. Here's Joe Vincent. And Hannafin will take these over. The pass now by Barbashev. Barbashev rolls it in. That knocks him down. Here's Eriksson Ek. Rolls it in. That one chopped it up right toward behind the net. Whitecloud knocked him out. Here's a chance shot saved by Bill. Nearing the final minute in the first period, they'll hold things up with only a 2-1 game. Couple of players are set ready for the next puck drop. It is a 2-1 game, Vegas Golden Knights. Now to win for the Wilds.
There's only 1 minute remaining in the first period.
That one is brought down. What a great change up for Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel seemed to be like he was getting a defensive salad. Wow, that one is big. And a thunderous loud goes in for Aiden Hill. That was for Golden Knights. He's trying to keep it alive. Well, I always say that this is the biggest hard matchup everybody's been facing. And I can't believe that they really do for all team favor. There's no way that they can really change it out of their mind if they choose it the right way. This is the biggest rumble now. The Golden Knights have really been like a fantastic team to remember with. Here's Trennan shot saved by Gill. And he will give to McNabb. He will give another to Theodore. Pass to Hurdle. Hurdle sets it over to LeBoy. LeBoy in his own entry. Right to the middle, Hurdle shot. It's rebounded by the Knights. 15 seconds remaining in the first period. It's back to McNabb. McNabb to Dorofier. And a save by Gustafsson. Good glove snatch! And that one will step in by Philip Gustafsson. Seems like that Gustafsson's getting a little snatch on that. I think there is a little like crouched down after all. That's like the biggest drive ever. Now we'll send it over, and Pietrangelo will send it up. Hey, dude. Pietrangelo shoots, blocks, shot, and he scores! It is Stroud! It is another goal. And it's now 3-1 to make the Bucks leader. Nicholas Ruel is ready to make a good use. That goal is no standard to the effort. Now look it over here. When you get that pass look, you got that camera. You got to look beauty here. And that is the goal of the bowler. Ruel is trying to get it in with his off on a target range. And it's a great start to put the Golden Knights on the run field. So it's a 3-1 game. Vegas Golden Knights as they're up by 2, and they will end the first period here for the start of Game 5. It is the wildest in T-Mobile Arena. 3-1, the buzz beater for Ruel puts it in, and we'll get ready for the second period when we come back after the break. We're back, folks, and we're ready to get started for the second period in the playoffs. First period was electrified here for our biggest moment. But now we get started for the second period, as right now I have 2 of them standing by with me for tonight. Alright guys, I have a little takes here of what happened with the first period. A start of chaos moment here of the great save by Aiden Gill. Well, I've been really seeing about Aiden Gill. He was being given off a harder, sometimes a better pronunciation to put in with some great use of his time attack. The ability is that simple. I was really showing us that he really been keeping it up for some better strengths. The strategy was putting in with some great takes. I love to see that.
Golden Knights, his first goal of the game, first goal of the playoffs. Scored by number 10, Nicholas Ruel. Assisted by number 7, Alex Pietrangelo.
Yeah, I definitely
and by number 14, Nicholas. Thank you.
Well, there's no change about it.
Time and a goal, 19:59 remaining in the first period. Nicholas Ruel, his first goal in the playoffs, assisted by Alex Pietrangelo and Nicholas Gagdu in the first period at 19:59 in the playoffs.
You get things on the ball, hoping they'll try to keep things out. As right now with the buzz beater, that was Nicholas Ruel. He got his own first goal, and he really sets things up. Timing is just right idea. And I noticed about Ruel, it's a backhander, it makes a great save. The timing is just right idea. But since season 2 was playing against the Kraken, was not really easy up. Not enough patience here, they just don't have the right time to make that energy. You know, possible is just endless. We just really have to try to get that off a second time effort to put things on the rush. There's no change, but they really do for them. With that, it gets hard and hard. Now the win for Minnesota. Here's another one to Jake Middleton. And here's side rolls in, saved by Gustafsson. Oh, what a great chance here. Where with the stop. I've really seen so many of us. As looks like that Middleton was able to try to make a drive afterward. That was unbelievable. Good poke check here for Middleton. He'll have it back, now finds it over again to Hartman. Hartman looks over right toward the wing, that one dips it up, and saved by Gill. Knocks him down right toward the wall. Rebound by Erickson Eck. That one opens up the pass by Brandon Hagen. And Pietrangelo will now find it over again to Dorofiev. Dorofiev is right toward his own, now find Hagen. Hagen shot saved by Gustafsson. He'll hold things in with only 17:36 remaining in the second period. A lot of time on attack for the Golden Knights, but only 140, just few for Minnesota. The Golden Knights wins the faceoff as White Cloud gets his own rebound, now find no advantage. Coming down a stop play by Gustafsson. And Earl will send it over, now finds it a White Cloud, has it again to Dorofiev. Dorofiev looks right toward him, blocked the early shot, that's blocked up, and Gooderoo will take the Ogren. Minnesota's back in the offense zone, and rebounded up by the Golden Knights. Noah Hannafin will send it across, now playing again to Dorofiev. Cross the rebound is Jared Spurgeon. There is Frederick Gooderoo, he will send it over again to Brody. Poked it right to Ogren. And that one opens up the pass. Rebound by White Cloud. White Cloud gives off to Brutal. The deep pass now finds the Dorofiev. Here's the give and go to Brutal. Shot saved here by Gustafsson. Pushing on now finds it over to Ogren. 16:40 remaining in the second period. He'll send it across. The shot's blocked by Dorfield. Now the Golden Knights will retrieve it. Now finds Jack Eichel. Eichel. Turn back. That one's blocked up and it's off the skater. And Theodore fires his shot. Redirects again. And rebounded up by Dorfield. Eichel. Locks his balance. Rebounds again. And Golden Knights will try things from the top once more. Theodore. Eichel shots. Blocked. Left save by Gustafsson. 16-12 remaining in the second period. They'll get ready for the next puck drop. And now they're set. Golden Knights up by 2. Having passed the midway mark in the period as we're nearing the 15-minute mark in the second. And now Chisholm will give it over. And here's a chance pass. Olsen takes over now Theodore. And Eichel. The deep pass to Saucer to Barbashev. He rolls it offside. This will stop the play with under 16 minutes. Now they're ready for a narrow puck drop. This will be the Golden Knights and the Wilds. Nicholas Roy wins the faceoff as Theodore is right toward his own. Fires it around net. Houston gets this over. And the pass is tipped it out. Back behind the net is Boldy. Boldy finds a Boldy shot. Rebounded up by Rural. And the Golden Knights will have it. Houston lost the puck and handle it. And Boldy's right toward the wing. Has to be given to Gorilla. McNabb fires out that pass around the net. And this one gives it up. On the shots, bench blocked up. Great save by Ian Hill. He's really like in danger zone. This is the big pressure, but they're really starting to get this thing off to a fire range. And Hill will cover it in near the net. This will stop the motion here with under 15-14. Now they're ready to get their next puck drop. It is a 3-1 game, Vegas Golden Knights. Now to win, here's Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo will give things out right around across the net. A deep pass is stopped by Middleton. Rosie knocked him down, and back to Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo looks to Howden. Howden pass to Higgy. Higgy. Stone. Fires. Shots blocked. Rebound by Pietrangelo. He's against it again to Higgy. Higgy looks over the saw. Side pass to Higgy. Now gives to Pietrangelo. And there's not much room to make the clearance here as Middleton with the rebound. Holds him right into the Vegas territory. And now Erickson net. Now it's grabbed by Howden. Howden gives a look. He'll fire that one around net. That one is redirect off too slow on the pass. And back to Erickson Eck. Good poke check here. Good catch by Aiden Hill. He got a good glove snatch. That's what I was really noticing. He did that with a great use. The energy of the skill just happened to make it off clearly. Now the win for Boldy. Has blocked the shot, rebound by Barbashev. And here's Olofsson. On a rush, here's the pass. Here we go, score! He sets his third goal in the playoffs. Look at this percentage. I just really noticed it. When cuts over to lower Hannafin, it makes it good and clear. When you have this one take, you have another two to go. And pass on the Gustafsson was not easy enough to give this one a snatch. This one snatched, and that one was another goal to make it pop down. I was seeing things that the Golden Knights really had shown up. They need to keep things playing hard. Game 3 and 4 were shut down because they were coming back in, and they were really been staggered out. Yeah, I do seem so. Noah Hannafin seemed like he was got his first goal in the playoffs. He might be able to set things in for a next goal in the playoffs. Now the rebound by Barbashev. He'll give it down to Hannafin. He sets to Whitecloud. Whitecloud finds Hannafin and looks over to Barbashev. Barbashev looks to Whitecloud. Whitecloud looks at Hannafin, now finds the Barbashev. Barbashev looks to Whitecloud. Fires it, save up by Gustafsson. Only 13:38 remaining in the second period. They'll cover it up to get that ready for a puck drop. Only 6:45 and 1:48. Time and attack between both teams. Now Wayne puts it in for the Golden Knights. Right Knocks him down, no penalty on Minnesota. Well, Minnesota definitely like they're already on a clean use, but the power of it was not really changing everything. They seem like they need to get some backup straight plan. They don't want to lose their effort. This control is not going to make it easy. And here's McNabb. Pass to LeBoy. Fires it. Save play by Gustafson. And it goes to the net. That is a goal for LeBoy. That one took it out as a 5-1 game of extension. Now where that comes from? LeBoy was able to get his third goal in the playoffs, but what happened is the puck went airborne. Look what happened. This is what the pass made, and it was over it, and he just didn't know. He just couldn't find where the puck went, and he just can't get that puck out of his net. Got his fist interrupted, and now we have another goal for the Golden Knights. So the Golden Knights simply have to take Theodore to take it in there. That's another playoff goal, 4 in a row. Now as the win will put it in, this will continue. It's Theodore will have it. And Earl sets it over. Fires a deep pass. No icing. And this will resume the play. Dorfiev. Again, Theodore. Back to McNabb. McNabb. Back to Theodore. One-time Dorfiev shots blocked. This will be a replacement for Marc-Andre Fleury as Gustafson is finished for the game. He was been late, knocking down for some reasons. I've really seen what's going to happen. All I mentioned before is now that Marc-Andre Fleury seemed like he was
assisted by number 95, Victor. Whoa!
But most likely the team that they've really been doing it for
and by number 49, Ivan.
I know what happens with Bill Gustafson. It just makes it hard.
Time and a goal, 5:50 remaining in the second period.
Noah
Hannafin, his first goal in the game, first goal in the playoffs, assisted by Victor Olofsson and Ivan Barbashev in the second period at 5:50 in the playoffs.
This is going to keep things going from the bad straight to the good straight. As Rural went down, the rebound by the Wilds will take things over. And here's Brodin. And this one snapped off. Olofsson will carry it over, now finding the White Cloud. 11:43 remaining in the second period. And here's a chance over to Eichel. Finds Olofsson. Hannafin shots miscommunicated. And it's now back to Eriksson Ek. Fires at shots blocked by Olofsson. White Cloud gives back to Olofsson. And now to Eichel. Eichel doing it again. Stopped by Marc-Andre Fleury. That'll be the first save of the night. And we say it again for the Vegas Golden Knights. White Cloud will have it here. In the zone. Pass to Eichel. Eichel went down. Eriksson Ek shot. Saved by Gill. Gill hold it in with only 11:06 remaining in the second period. Now they're ready to get their next face-off. It is a 5-1 game lead series. Now here's a set for the rebound. And now Theodore will have it here. It's rebounded up by the Wilds. Here's the take. Open. Steps it in. Saved by Gill. Back to Stone. 10:52 remaining in the second period. As we're nearing the midway mark of the period. Out. And there's no slashing. Nothing on the penalty for Minnesota.
His first goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Scored by number 62, Rafael.
And he is not ready to get off to a good start. So
assisted by number 3, Braden.
For Minnesota. And yeah, they should have that.
And by number 27, Shane.
Theodore went down.
Time and a goal, 6:49 in the second. Rafael Lafayette, his third goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Braden McNabb and Shea Theodore in the second period at 6:49 in the playoffs.
He's back on ice. Agu takes over now to Petrangelo. Now again to Leroy. Leroy pass to Dorofiev. Give that pass. It's back to Faber. Here's Hartman. A set to Johansson. Johansson fires it across around the net. Rebound by Girdle. And Leroy sets to Petrangelo. Off to Dorofiev. Dorofiev spins across. Back to Petrangelo. fires a shot. That one goes up and back to Erickson. Again to Hartman. Hartman takes his time. Right toward his own. Erickson shot. This is saved off by Gill. And rebound by Gill. Hague's right toward the wing. Slows him down. And no, there will be no slashing. That won't be a holding. It's back to Whitecloud. Whitecloud swings and misses. Hartman against Pearson. Poked it up. Saved by Bill. And back to Ruau. What a great save this happens with Aiden Hill. That's what you were going to call it. Wonderful on a mark. The drive was kicking in with some great chances. I do believe so. It would be just the same time always. Pearson now finds Whitecloud. That's knocked off by Shore. And it's back to the Wilds. Trennan will kick it over. Now finding again to Shore. Knocks him down. Whitecloud with the puck steal. In zone. Fires it. Saved by Andre Fleury. And here's Bodine. He'll make a move here. And this will reset the zone for Whitecloud. Back to Gagu and back into Wild's territory. Knocked in right toward wing. One-time Barbashev shot. That one stays out. What a great save by Andre Fleury. Rebound by Boldy. And back to Brandon Hague. Switches around his own on the outside. Now find Barbashev. Closer. Finds Eichel. And it'll be a penalty. That's going to be a slashing on Minnesota.
Penalty on Minnesota. 2 minutes for slashing.
Well, that's the first start. They're going to let them get their score off of it. And what happens at this point, it doesn't make that change easy enough to get that in the first try. Minnesota with the first penalty kick.
Minnesota penalty number 36, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty in the second period, 7:59 in the playoffs. That's Minnesota Wild's penalty on number 36, at Zuccarello for 2 minutes slashing in the period. Time of the penalty in a second, 7:59 in the playoffs. That means your Golden Knights are
Oh, that was bad. Yeah, it was cross-checking.
Penalty on Minnesota, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
You don't play it like that, you're not going to do it successfully. Yeah, that's cross-checking. That's bad news for the Wilds that they started off. They're going to get their 5-on-3 advantage for the Golden Knights. So it's now a 5-on-3 advantage. That will be Vegas Golden Knights.
Minnesota penalty number 13, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time and penalty in the second period, 7 minutes and 30 seconds in the playoffs. That's a Minnesota penalty on number 13, Trennan, for a 2-minute cross-checking. Time and penalty in the second period of the game, 7:30 in the playoffs. For the Golden Knights, 5-on-3.
It's going to Sean straight in the zone. He will dump it out of here. The zone now finds Noah Hannafin. And Hannafin now gives it over to Ruau. We're out. Sets it over across now, finding Olofsson. And Bodine will have that one carried over back to Kuderov. Ruau gets it back. Back to Pietrangelo. Now finds to Ruau over to Hannafin. 1 minute left for the 5-on-3 advantage for the Golden Knights. Here's Barbashev's shot. Rebounded up by Olofsson. And now Ruau shoots. Misses wide. Rebound by Olofsson. Wipes him down. It's back to Ruau. And now Pietrangelo gives it to Hannafin. Barbashev, Ruau, shot left, save by Fleury. Fleury will hold it in here with only 39 seconds for a 5-on-3 advantage. 47 out of 35 shots on goal. It's the Golden Knights as they've already been kept it out. Now as the win will play it in for Matthew Boldy. Here's Middleton. 33 seconds left remaining for the Golden Knights 5-on-3 advantage. Dorofiev has it again to Eichel. Eichel looks to Hurdle. Hurdle gives to Theodore. Stone. Dorofiev shoots it. Save. Scores! Chandler Stone! It's a power play goal for the Golden Knights. Boy, can you imagine that? here for a power play advantage. And now that one player goes out, the other player stays in. It looks like what happens with it just couldn't get over us on the right string. This really takes it off. A nice drive. I was really sure that he was really keeping it in. Nice target runs, a steal. This was nowhere to be off to me, as I was sure enough that this was really kind of like the biggest drive attack that they ever been doing it for. They weren't sure enough how this is going to happen.
Third goal in the playoffs.
They really did it clean.
Score on a power play.
Michael finds again Royal.
Thomas.
Royal finds over to Stone, and the time's running out.
Time and a goal for the Golden Knights power play. 15:43.
Thomas
Hurdle, his third goal in the playoffs, score on a power play, unassisted by a team in the second period. At 15:43 in the playoffs.
Power play. This will be 1 and 2 for the Vegas Golden Knights. As now Trenton will have it. Bad save. This one stays out and stopped by Gill with 5:20 remaining in the second. Gill holding here to get ready for another puck drop in the Golden Knights territory. So you see, I know this is why that the Golden Knights have been really changing these things often. It seemed like it was no confidently that they really kept it on from coming back. It really was a shockdown that they were really been like off pushing their limits. This wasn't really seemingly that this wasn't kind of hard ways to try to keep it off. But they really been showing like that they really have to like keep on passing. That's what they were really doing it for. They never showed it off easy at their single digits. This was really the hardest play that they could get. Not gonna happen here, but they really kept it on from coming in. Knocked him right toward the wall. That's a bump out. Yeah, he was really like doing that when they use a hard, aggressive use of the skill. I mean, I was sure that this really is going to make us feel like it's power enough again. Brandon Haygood finds it in a route, and back to Brandon Haygood. Back to route, fires a shot, blocker saved up by Marc-Andre Fleury. And Spurgeon now finds it again, Johansson. Johansson's right to her in the wing, right to the wall, Spurgeon, locked him down. And rebound by Brandon Haygood. Yeah, I got that one right here. Yeah, it's Brandon Haygood. And here's Rosie. Rosie to Zuccarello. Just under 4 minutes remaining in a second. That puck escapes his own and it's rebounded by Boldenshot. Now here's Matthew Boldy. Poked it up by Haygood. And puts it to Burrell. Burrell goes down, rebounded up by Matthew Boldy. And here's Boldy, pass to Rosie on the shot, pad save by Gill. White Cloud gives it over to Hannafin. Hannafin will set to Kolzer. Kolzer's right in the wing. Gives that pass, now to Burrell. Burrell, pass again to McNabb. Get back over to Theodore, and he will have it in the middle of the marble shot. Backhander, well saved by Fleury. 3:08 remaining in the second period. 6-1 to score. Vegas. Now as Scooteroo wins the face-off as Middleton sets the Foligno. Marcus Foligno gives it to Scooteroo. And here's Hilgren. Shot pass saved by Bill. Knocked him down right toward the wall. And Theodore keeps his own. Icing on Vegas. 2:51 remaining in the second period. Now to win. A shot saved up by Bill. That one rolls in. The fight's initiated. And nobody's going to get afterward. Oh boy, he's down already. Yikes. Well, here's what the problem was now. Jay Theodore, he was really like giving that a use and trying to pass, but he was ripped right toward the wall, and he was sure enough that he was been bashed down right toward the quarter. They were unofficially, they were not sure what's going to change out. They just couldn't find anybody to try to put the payback on him. Looks like a Theodore is really like giving like he was slow to get up, and he wasn't really sure if he was going to make it, but Now for long, he'll try to figure it out if he can definitely try to like keep it on going the right amount of time. It wasn't really easy enough, but they were sure enough that they were really cooking for it. And here's McNabb. He'll send it over, now finds it again to Victor Olofsson. And Victor Olofsson goes offside with only 2:25 remaining in the third. Next face-off's coming up between Vegas and Minnesota. Tomas Turtle wins the face-off as Davies right toward his own. Pass to Philadelphia. Brock Faber takes it over with only 2:15 remaining in the second. Well, there's a lot of crowd that's been disliking on Minnesota. There's one player that's going to disrespect on that, and one player is definitely going to be giving that one a crucial game. Petrangelo shot. That one is blocked. And rebound by Bird. It gets back to Petrangelo and over to KU. They'll try again for the top. Petrangelo gets back to Yakov Trent. Trying a shot, save made by Hill. The Golden Knights moves it in. Shore. In the zone, saved by Hill. Petrangelo gives to KU. KU pass to Dorofiev. Dorofiev. Right turn middle. That one stops it. Rebound by Lavoie. And Lavoie knocks him down. Middleton. Deep the pass zone. Off the shore. He'll give it back. Knocked him down by Brennan Saar. Mark Stone right into the lane. Howden tries to regroup. Hannafin. Right turn wing, the pass to White Cloud. Down to the final minute.
There's 1 minute remaining in the second period.
Shoots. Saved on the blocker by Marc-Andre Fleury. White Cloud shot. Oh, he denied that one. What a stop. Well, that one I would expect that Marc-Andre Fleury was giving that one an all for nothing to have that one with the big save. They don't regret this. This really has been like a big knockout. Here's Brett Howden. Shoots. Scores! One day for Golden Knights. Nothing is going to keep it on mattering for Brett Allen. He was throwing in with a zig, and he was sure enough that was across the path and got right behind the goaltender. He was really thinking he was going to get that one with a nice intentional goal. He was really staggered. That's what happens with this one-time effort. Going at 95 miles per hour. That is the biggest stride ever looked at the puck flying. So, I guess that's only a Brett Allen he's getting it in. Just about 30 seconds left. 19:24. Time of the goal was the time to get this thing in for. I say Brett Allen's giving all that what they choose to do. I think they should keep him. Well, I bet they might. Now here's Hannafin with 20 seconds remaining. Brock Faber takes it away. About 15 seconds remaining in the second period. Matthew Boldy pulls out of the way. Tries to clear it out. And this will clear the zone. The rebound up by Boldy. On shot clock save. And this will stop the second period. And that's it. 7-1 to score. Golden Knights able to look for a win. And if they do, they'll be moving on. Third period's next after this. One more period left in the fifth game. And this is where it ends off for the final game in the first round for the Western Conference first game. Here we go. We're ready to start the third period of Game 5. Been the hardest afterwards as we're seeing most knockdowns and most plays at the same time. Alright guys, I know what you're looking into. Let's see what your thoughts are on the third for the second period that they did. Well, really what they mentioned it for now, I mean, I just really see so many great attackings that they really choose offensively. And what they always noticed is they've been really shutting them down very hard. nothing was killing it in for some reasons, but I was sure enough that it was the Golden Knights. They really had a nice time without being shut down in the second, first, third, and fourth game. The fifth game is definitely what it matters. They just really just kept their dice.
His third in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Score by number 21.
Hammering it off the second time. Mostly, this really keeps it on
assisted by number 2, Zach.
I mean, the biggest part of it is
and by number 15, Noah.
They didn't really expect that this was
time
going to
and
be
a goal,
a higher
19:24 remaining in the second. Brett Howden, his third goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Zach Whitecloud and Noah Hannafin in the second period at 19:24 in the playoffs.
But they all noticed it. It just really has to be considerate the time it right. Now Bertrangelo finds Figgy. He gives it over to Barbashev. Barbashev lost that one. Her rebound by Matthew Boldy. Boldy looks over to Brock Faber. Faber off to Bertrangelo. Rosie. Bertrangelo. Right into his zone. Johansson. Middleton. Gives it up. Shots blocked by Stone. Knocked him down afterward with the crouch down. That's what you were doing it for. You just got to keep playing your strong defense. What a great sign. Now Bertrangelo. You'll get it over again to Son. Now it's Stone. Over now to Howden. Back to Giggy. He looks in the middle. Shot saved by Fleury. 18:04 remaining in the third period. They'll get their next puck drop ready. Coming up later here for tonight, as we have our next part of the game to stick around for, will be the Panthers and the Lightning. That's going to be the next game coming up here at 7 p.m. on the other side of it. That'll be our next game on its way. And then, 9:30 p.m., that will be the Kings facing against the Edmonton Oilers one last time. As this part of the next game, it will be the last one for Edmonton Oilers. Will they win? Or will the Kings win? This might be optional. And if they win, one of each teams will be playing against the Vegas Golden Knights in the second round. Don't miss out your next games here, only on Son of Beats. And make sure tomorrow, because this will be our next game, don't miss out because we got a first look here to get things started for this next round. The Capitals are facing against the New Jersey Devils at Capital One Arena. That first game is going to start at 3:30 p.m. Then the second game will be the Winnipeg Jets facing against the Dallas Stars at Canada's Life Century in Winnipeg. That'll be their next games here on Son of Beast to get ready for the first two games before the next two games on their way. You'll see what happens if anything changes often. You'll be ready to feel the energy with our next matchup between the next games. Now it's Brodin, set to Guru. Guru looks to Brodin. Brodin shot. That one carries off to White Cloud. He's over down to Dorofier. On his way down, Chad and score. Pearson strikes for it. Quick disrupting by Dorofier as Pearson delivers his second goal in the playoffs. They don't see what they do now, but Pearson's turning it after the first round of goal. He's running 38 miles per hour and really getting lifted it in. Now the Golden Knights are seem to be proud enough to give this one a strong effort trying to run. They were sure that they really kept on for energy. The time is everything. Now the win, Jesse Pavilion for Minnesota. Here's Trenton. Pass to Brodin. Brodin knocked down. Back to Kulzer. Kulzer gets the benefit, now finds it over to Pearson. Pearson's over now to White Cloud. Offside on Vegas. The Golden Knights have been a better team as they lead up the extension over 7. And now Trenton. McDowell sets the field. They get to Brown and finding to Pearson. Pearson's right toward and around the net. And to Colzer's right behind the net.
His second in the playoffs, first goal in the game. Scored by number 70, Tanner Pearson. Well, assisted by number 16, Pavel Dorothea. And by number 2, Zach Whitecloud. Time to goal, 3:30 remaining in the third period. Tanner Pearson, his second goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Pavel Dorothea and Zach Whitecloud in the third period at 3:30 in the playoffs.
In the Golden Knights territory. Now Theodore will have it. Off to Barbashev. Over down to Olofsson. Olofsson spins across. He knocked him down, but Spurgeon just got to recover. Yeah, I wasn't really sure if that was going to change. That one is really the hardest pickoff play I've ever been looking for. Combinately, it was really like he has been like slipped and stalled. That one is riding and slipping and sliding. That one is almost going to be that. But it seemed like he was ankle break already. I mean, that's a big knockoff for that. Matthew Boldy loses it. And rebound by Olofsson, gives it over to Hagee. Hagee goes down. Rebound by Olofsson. Deals off to now to Barbashev. And this will not be an offside as the puck stays in the zone, right by the blue line. And rebound by Olofsson. Rebound by Matthew Boldy. Sets over to Spurgeon. Gives to Zuccarelli. Right toward wing. And that broken up by Petrangelo. And rebound by Hurdle. Back over the side. Knocked him down. Hurdle takes it over. There's a lot of bangings afterward, and I really have been expecting belling on the Golden Knights change. They can't be like leaving the mark out of the zone. That is going to hurt dangerously. Here's Saad. Pass to Lavoie. Broken in. Rebound by Eriksson at 414 minutes remaining in the third. Right in toward the zone. On the wall. Offsides on Golden Knights. 13:52 in the third. 8-1. Now they're ready to get their next puck drop. It's an 8-1 lead. Thanks. Here's an exchange. This will give to Whitecloud. Back in the Wild's territory. This will give to Gannon Dorofiev. Now rolls to Lavoie. Lavoie loses it. Hoffman takes it off to Eriksson at. Eriksson at 13:35 remaining in the third. He's over now to Dorofiev. Pass. Hurdled again to Lavoie. Lavoie. Off to Whitecloud. Toward middle. Stop made by Fleury. Only 13:25 remaining in the third period. We haven't made it to the midway mark of the period. Golden Knights have been extensionable on their known as a lead extension. 8-1. Now here's Hannafin finding Whitecloud. He's off to Hannafin. Hannafin rolls in, sidesteps in. Out, shots blocked, back to Foligno. Foligno's right toward wing. Finds Guru. Right toward middle, and that one is too late for the Minnesota Wilds to get another goal. And he's open. What a big stop made by Aiden Hill. He puts another great save and put a pad down. I was really been staggered out. And that was really when the crowd was showing up. We love Hill. Liam O'Brien passes over to Gruderer. Outside zone. Shots blocked up. What a roughing and a play is inbounding. And this one is a horrendous crouch out. Now rebound up by Whitecloud. And it's back over to Bogushine. Again to Zuccarelli. Give to Rosie. Rosie. Shot saved by Hill. And he's lost that one. Boldy keep patting out. Rebound by Hannafin. Pearson to Coulter. To Howland. Howland. Pass over to Brewer. Pearson. And as Palmer takes over to Rosie. Rosie's right to him away. Passes off to Faber. Faber's shot's blocked up. Rebound by Coulter. And it's back to McDonald. The rebound by Pearson as a give to Coulter and back to Howland. Shore's got it across. Now finds Brock Faber. Faber rolling in. Hooked it. Back to Theodore and he rolls it again to Barbashev. Barbashev. And the Theodore shot blocked. Trying to put a rebound here as Barbashev will clear it out. And change it all over again. They sure do. They just have to like give that new space. Much timing is everything. Now a rebound by McNabb. Theodore now finds it again with Robichev. In the wing. Stopping the verbal hit by Brody. And here's Hartman. He'll set it across. But the shot fired, saved by Gill. And Theodore's right in their zone. Off to Lavoie. Lavoie gets the pressure down. And Theodore broken down. And now Hartman will have it. 10:45 remaining in the third period as we're nearing the midway mark. Agu sets the Dorothea. And now off to Lavoie. He's over now to Bertangelo. Good pass in a moment here for the Golden Knights. Lavoie, chance is broken up and it's freed out, bounded by Erickson. Fires it, saved up by Gill. And it's Hagee will set her on that, back to Bertangelo. Lavoie, changing with the new groups. Broken ankle. Bertangelo. Kolzer. Here's Hagee. That one gets erased it, and it's rebounded up by Lavoie. Pushes up across, and back to Erickson. Here's Foligno. Foligno. Shot saved by Gill. Past the midway mark in the third period. 8-1's the score. Vegas. And now they're ready. 103 over 64 hits. That doesn't budge here for the Golden Knights as they kept on from avoiding the tackle with the puck. And they tried it hard over and over. Yeah, they definitely did. I mean, I'm just really nice. They just couldn't get that right time to pass. If you notice how this happened, this is what they've really been changing oftenly. That they really have no other choice but to keep that block play alive. It won't be enough, but they really kept in change. Toward middle, broken up for the Minnesota Wilds. Now here's Kolzer. Kolzer. Pass around, knocked down by the goaltender. Fleury will get back to Slogia. And Ruau can't handle it. White Cloud finds Hannafin. Back to Ruau. 9:09 remaining in the third. Into the middle, broke up, and back to Minnesota. The Wilds have to find another goal to get there. As White Cloud clears that zone, back to side, and now it's off to Stoll. Stone goes down. Rebound by Spurgeon. Spurgeon takes a knockout, and Guru. It gives back to Howard. Rolls in, pass to Hannafin. Able to slow to get up here on the other side of the zone. Mark Stone. Stone, and same play. Stop it, goes up, and it goes in for a net. That gives that quick round to more goals for the Golden Knights. Well, it was all just changed. What 43 that stop pack was not going to make this happen. White Cloud was his second goal in the playoffs. And now you get it, because that rebound was able to put that across game, but it was scooping out under the pad, and it's right into the net. It was a big knockoff for them. The Golden Knights are definitely going to be moving on to the other side to play against the winning team. And it's Mark Stone with the assist. They just kept on flying. Back to back is another goal to take. They were sure enough what they do for it. I was really been separated with their next take, but as I mentioned it, they just kept on. They just really wanted to do it again. They've been like playing it for harder and harder. Shot stop made here for Aiden Hill as they get to Jack Eichel. Pass is broken up by Kushinoff. And rebound by Trent. Trent, who's shot called saved by Hill, and he's over down to McNabb.
Score!
Try to push the rebound, but Allen for this puck. And back to Barbershop. Wilds back to
second in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Scored by number 2, Zach White.
And now Field.
Assisted by number 15, Noah
he just rumbles it right toward the center ice.
Bad by number 61.
Paying for this? Wasn't quite sure if he was able to get that one in a rock.
Time and a goal, 11:33 remaining in the third. Zach Whitecloud his first goal of the game, second goal in the playoffs, assisted by Noah Hannafin and Mark Stone in the third period at 11:33 in the playoffs.
And now Raphael Lavoie get to Pietrangelo. And off to Hurdle. Hurdle taking his own time, and you'll have that one in the wing. Middleton with a puck steal. Oh, Lavoie! He must have had that smackdown. And it's back over now to Pietrangelo. And he shoots, same play. And rebound by Boldy. Boldy in Wayne zone, transfer, saved up by Gill. Deep pass, Dorfield. Now Hurdle. Glove save by Fleury. 6:36 remaining in the third period as we'll get ready for our next puck drop. Now the win for Minnesota. And here's Johansson. He'll clear that zone out. Dump the puck in the zone, and it's now Whitecloud. Deep the zone to Dorofiev. Tries it deep. That one's redirected. Lavoie gets his own rebound. And back to Whitecloud. Whitecloud. That one missed off target. And rebound by Erickson. Send it all the way to the zone. Icing's on Minnesota with only 6:05 remaining. And now to send over to center ice, I'll have is Tyler. Who do you have the best one here? Well, I might have been saying it now for Mark Stone. He's really like giving up a great use of defensive energy. There is no lack of my word that this really is a main guy, but he's been like keeping things going. I've seen so many of us that this kicked on from coming back in. The attackers are very great. This really is like a biggest skill off that they just changed it off. Mark Stone has been doing really great. All the work, and the captain is definitely keeping it well right towards its win. Looks like he'll try to get ready for our next game to face against the winning team, but we'll see what happens with the Oilers or the other team, the Kings. We'll see what happens with that underway soon, guys. Now Pietrangelo finds Stone. Here's KQ, off to Stone. Stone looks over now, finding Pietrangelo. KQ fires that. That misses wide off the wall. And we are down to a final 5 minutes in the third, presented by Discover. Rebound by the Golden Knights, and he now finds Pietrangelo. And tries to give to Pearson right behind the net. Pearson over to Hague. Hague rolls in right to the transfer. On the shot, save play by the goaltender. That stays out. Guru has it back, and now the Golden Knights is back on the defense as Olgren is on offense. Knocked in play. Howdy. Retreats his own now finding Pietrangelo. And he's off to McNabb. Howden shots blocked. Rebounded by Birdie. And it's a big knockoff to that. Near the blue line. Kolegno trying to grab it back. Here's Olofsson. Shots in. Stopped down by Marc-Andre Fleury. Ooh, that was really close. That one was almost going to give that one with another change-off goal for the Golden Knights. Great pass saved here by Aiden Hill. And Zuccarello's back to Boldy. Poked it up. Olofsson gives it over to McNabb. And that one swings and dags and misses. Here's Rosie. Pass in middle. That one skipped out. Barbashev. Over now to Olofsson. Olofsson swings to Barbashev. Glove saved by Fleury. Only 3:31 remaining in the third period. As they'll be ready to take their next face-off in the puck drop. Michael wins the face-off. Under 3:30 remaining in the third period. And it's now to Fedor, a change to Barbashev. Knocked him down. Rebound by McNabb. Sets to Eichel. And it's over now to Olofsson. Olofsson knocked it through. No offside for the Knights. Barbashev went to a spring wall. And it's back to Barbashev. Here's Eichel. Eichel can't get in to go. Rebound by Vanafin. And here's Theodore shoots it. And that ringed the goalpost. Unbelievable. There's a lot of great chances that they're trying to knock down the goalpost. Oh, nice. They're definitely just keeping it in. And they were unsure if they were going to get that clear right away. Now here's Kucherov's shot saved, played by Gill. Short shot, and he'll get it back. That'll be Devin Shore with another goal, as now the Wilds don't have a choice to do, but they just get their own goal for Devin Shore. This is his first playoff goal that he has been taking in. Devin Shore wasn't able to make this one change, and he really was giving that a first goal, a giving try moment, and that one was a big change to have that reach in with some tight space in the net. He was not giving up that properly, but I really had that first goal coming into each other. The back behind it was all it took. Nothing was settled in. Until this happened, with some great goals, it goes for Devin Shore to finish things off with the first playoff goal. And here's Ruau as it's right toward away, 2:20 remaining in his third. And it's off to Erickson Heck, well saved by Gill. He'll stop here with only 2:13 remaining in the third. And what I realized about Devin Shore, he was really giving it a great use. His spin-off energy was the big lack of effort. I was really thinking that he was just giving it off to the right timing in. What a stop by Marc-Andre Fleury!
Score by the Minnesota Wild, his first goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Score by number 19, Devin Shore. Assisted by number 22, Murat
Now
Kucherov.
Stone will have
Time and a goal, 17:26 remaining in the third period. Devin Shore, his first goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Murat Kucherov in the third period at 17:26 in the playoffs.
right towards zone. Back to Whitecloud. Out and shot. That's saved by Marc-Andre Fleury. Middleton's off to Boldy. Boldy fires in, blocked a shot by Howden. And now Whitecloud will have it to Stone. Stone, pass to Hagee. Hagee passed to Whitecloud. And he was ripped it up behind the back. Lavoie with the face-off. Recovered by Howden behind the net. Down to a final minute in the third period. That's now it's Holzer.
There's only 1 minute remaining in the third period.
Trying to push in. And now Brock Faber will have a chance over to Rosie. Rosie couldn't get it separated as Whitecloud gives it over now to Hagee. Whitecloud pushes off to Ruau. Ruau goes down, like that. Back to Pearson. Pearson will have that one ripped out. And back around the net will be Ruau. Just one last chance for the Golden Knights for the 30 seconds. And Ruau, 20 seconds remaining. They'll have it to Hagee. Hagee shoots, saved by Fleury. And we are down to under 20 seconds. And this will be the Golden Knights. They'll get a victory win in game number 5. And this is where it turns to be the end. Yep, round 1 for their team. And we'll expect now, it has been a finish to make a walk-around success. This is what happens with the Golden Knights. They just really give it all they've got, and now they beat the Wilds. They're on to the second round. Welcome to the next level. Golden Knights wins the 5th game. They win the series 3-2 over the Minnesota Wilds. As for Aiden Gill, he's heading to the second round to get ready for the next matchup. It's the times being, and now the Golden Knights celebrates victory. Well, that's it for now, along with my broadcast partner with Tyler Beast and James Zawolski, and of course, Pool Beast. I'm Zotrin. Hope you had fun watching this game, and we hope you have fun too. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all again next time. Good night, everybody. Alright, thank you guys very much. Time for 3-star players of the game. Zach Whitecloud is the first goal with 2 assists and 6 hits, the 3rd-star player of the game. Then the 2nd-star player of the game on the other side goes to Noah Hannafin with 1 goal, 4 assists, and 4 hits. He makes it impossible, but this chaining and reaction has put it in. And your 1st-star player of the game goes to Aiden Hill. He makes it 61 saves in the game, 2.0 and a goaling percentage with the ability. He makes that a clear save to put in. And let's have a look at the total statistics. 70 over 63. Total shots on goal for Vegas. 14-15 time on attack with only 33 face-off wins for Vegas Golden Knights. Only 2 minute penalty kills on Vegas and 1 power play goal had made with 228 and 2 short-handed goals has also made it in during the Wild's power play. But the Wilds only had 121 hits and only 89% of the passing, and with a 4-minute penalty kill with no power play goals. Only a power play minute was only 2 minutes in the first period. Just the first period, not kidding. So, with that being said there, MePhone 11, the Golden Knights are moving on to the next round. Minnesota's season has come to the end, and we'll see them again next season. In the meantime, we're going to switch things up and get ready for our next musical chairs, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you shortly for our next game. Panthers and Lightning are the next Florida matchup of the rematch showdown. I'll say that again, but hey, yeah, I'll just make it change. It's a Florida showdown, and it will be next after the break. Yeah, there you go. That's much better. We'll see you all later, everybody. And see you folks next time for as well as the NHL 25 on EA Sports Style. This is Terry Crews and MePhone 11. Thank you for watching the first game. Until next time, good night in Vegas.
If you don't, somebody will.